September the 12th. I'll hand over to the General Manager to just read the way the meeting will be conducted via the live streaming. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. The meeting is being live streamed and or recorded for on-demand viewing via Council's website. Attendance at the meeting is to be taken as a consent by a person to their image and or voice being webcast. All speakers should refrain from making defamatory comments or releasing personal information about another individual without their consent. Council accepts no liability for any damage that may result from the defamatory comment made by persons attending meetings. All liability will rest with the individual who made the comments. The meeting must not be recorded by others without prior written consent of the Council in accordance with Council's Code of Meeting Practice. Councillors and staff are obligated to declare conflicts of interest as required under the Local Government Act 1993 and Council's adopted Code of Conduct. Councillors are reminded of their oath of office, whereby they have declared and affirmed that they will undertake the duties of the office of councillor in the best interests of people of Wentworth Shire and the Wentworth Shire Council, and they will faithfully and impartially carry out the functions, powers, authorities and discretions vested in them under the Local Government Act or any other act to the best of their ability and judgment.
Thank you, Ken. I'd now like you to be upstanding, councillors, for the acknowledgement of country and the prayer. I would like to pay my respect and acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we're meeting and pay my respect to elders past, present and emerging. We give thanks and ask for guidance and direction that each of us may fulfil our responsibility to our community and to our country. Amen. I'll ask you to remain standing, councillors. As you're aware, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II passed away last Friday, September the 8th. And the Deputy Mayor's put a few words together that I'll just read. And following the passing of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II on September the 8th, we acknowledge the reign of our Sovereign Queen Elizabeth II and commemorate her 70 years as Australia's head of state and leader of the Commonwealth. On behalf of the citizens of Wentworth Shire, we offer our gratitude for a remarkable life lived. Her Majesty's exceptional reign and legacy is defined by her dignity, faith, strength and unanswering dedication to service. Her life remains an example to all of us. Queen Elizabeth II was our longest serving monarch and brought stability throughout her reign, in spite of significant turbulence and change. Through good times and bad, Her Majesty was a wise, compassionate and strong leader, earning the deep respect and affection of our nation. A comforting overseer has departed from us. Our Queen will be greatly missed. May she rest in peace. May God save King Charles III, and I'll ask you to remain standing for a minute's silence. Thank you, councillors. Okay, I'll ask for apologies and leave of absence. Councillor Hayward is an apology. In a second, Councillor Linklater, Councillor Nichols. All in favour? Carried. Any leave of absence requests? Any disclosures of interest? Councillor Nichols? Thank you. Any others?
Yes, Mr Mayor, I am a member of the committee of the Greater Murray-Darling Junction Interpretive Facility.
Okay, thank you. That's item 6.2 again, is it? All right, we have those. So, moving into the meeting, item 6.1 is the funding available from the Local Roads and Community Infrastructure Program, the Phase 3 extension. We have a recommendation there that Council endorse the projects under the Local Roads and Community Infrastructure Program, subject to final confirmation from the funding body that the program will be funded. Number one is the Wentworth Astronomy Park for $700,000, excluding the GST. Number two is the Perry Sandhills Loop Road for $200,000, excluding GST. Number three is a Wentworth Riverfront short-term mooring upgrade of $100,000, excluding GST. And number four, the Baronga toilet block upgrade to the tune of $278,207, excluding GST. Mover and a seconder to discuss. Councillor Nichols, Councillor Rodder. Open for discussion. Councillor Rodder.
That the location of the Baronga Highway toilet block upgrade is pending rather than as defined in the identified projects list, or does the description on the recommendation suffice?
For clarity, you might put Silver City Highway, but this is a project that'll be put forward and then further information to be brought back.
Okay, Councillor Beaumont.
Mr Mayor, I think that general sentiment would apply to a couple of those items there that Council might need clarification and the opportunity to approve, variations moving forward in terms of, site and/or costing of particularly items 3 and 4.
Agree. So do we want an amendment, or we're generally happy that it is as it is?
Do we need to?
These are council's identified projects, but site-specific costings, SWOT analysis, risk assessments, and whatever else will be brought back to council.
I think that can be generally accepted across all the funding applications. That's how it'll work. Yeah. No. Okay. We all in favour? Carried.
Just a matter of housekeeping, and I was also guilty. If you can just use your microphones throughout the course of the conversations, please.
Okay, Councillor Nichols is leaving the room. All right, 6.2 is the resources for regions round, and
Sorry, Mr Mayor, I've got to step out of this one too.
okay, thank you, Councillor Beaumont. So it is further funding for us to the tune of some $3.6 million. So the recommendation is council endorse the following projects under the Resources for Regions Round 9 funding, and that applications be submitted for Baronga Pump Track Stage 2, 400,000. Greater Murray-Darling Junction Viewing Platform, 350,000. Wentworth Showgrounds Camp Kitchen, 200,000. Pooncarie Racecourse Kitchen Upgrade, 200,000. Wentworth Sporting Complex Bowling Green, 200,000. Open Spaces Upgrades of 600,000. Altringa Tennis Court Upgrade of 150,000. The Baronga Golgol Sporting Master Plan of 100,000. The Derton Pioneer Museum Business Case for 55,000. The Derton Main Street Upgrade of 400,000. Baronga Golgol Footpath and Shared Ways of 500,000. And the Darling Street Footpaths of $453,069, excluding GST on all of those. Discussion, Councillor Linklater. Oh, sorry, a mover and a seconder. Yes, certainly, Councillor Linklater and Councillor Rodder. Now open for discussion. Councillor Linklater.
Thanks, Mr Mayor. I just want to indicate that in supporting this recommendation, I want to put on record that I will be supporting, in terms of item K, the Baronga Golgol Footpath and Shared Ways for $500,000, that should include some shared ways in Modico Way and also from Kingfisher Drive to Potters Drive in Golgol, because that is the express wishes of the residents for enhanced safety for school children. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments?
Just a question, if I may. It specifies the second bowling green.
Yep.
Was the first one the one that council spent significant money on last term?
Yep.
So the second one would be the one next to it?
Yes,
And
the other one.
we would make sure our tender contracts.
I think pretty much a lesson to be learnt, Councillor McAllister.
To the point maybe where the bowling club do the procurement. We auspice the money and they procure.
Any other comments? All in favour? Carried. Okay, thank you. Item 6.3 is funding from the Stronger Country Communities Fund, round 5, to the tune of $1.351,833, of which $936,108 is available to the council. The balance of $415,725 is available for various community groups to apply for. So we have a recommendation there that council endorse the following projects under the Stronger Country Communities Fund Round 5 funding, that applications be submitted for Carramar Drive Sporting Complex cricket nets for $200,000, George Gording Sporting Complex netball courts and female change rooms for $560,000, and Wentworth Aerodrome Works $176,108, and again they are all excluding GST. And I have a mover and a seconder, Councillor Crisp, Councillor Beaumont. For discussion.
have some comments, Mr Mayor. The George Gordon change rooms to enhance female participation, I think, would be very welcome, particularly from the netball community and the emerging football and cricket participation by females. So I think it would be a very, very welcome and necessary addition.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Linklater.
Thank you. I'd just like to, in supporting this recommendation, just congratulate the Golgol Cricket Club for their advocacy and the funding they've already achieved, because this 6-lane fully undercovered all-weather cricket net facility, you won't find it anywhere within 500 k's of us, and it puts our regional community on a par with their city cousins, and I think that's tremendous.
Yeah, certainly agree with that one. Councillor McAllister.
Thank you. My question is just regarding the Wentworth Aerodrome Works, what RNAV means or stands for in relation to the approach.
I'm a handball on that one. Mr GM. Mr Gunn.
So it's basically points of navigation which, under fog conditions or less visibility, there's it's, yeah. I wish I'll learn, as for past experience, that we should have the expanded instead of the acronym in there.
Okay. Alrighty, any other questions out of the Stronger Community, Country Communities Fund round? All in favour? Carried. Thank you, councillors. That concludes our extraordinary meeting. I thank you. As you're aware, the Stronger Country Community Funding applications must be in by the 23rd, and the local roads and infrastructure and the resourceful regions by the 30th. So appreciate your attendance tonight, so we can get them underway and under control and in prior to those closing dates. He's off. Yeah. So General Manager's just asked me to comment on, we were heading for Sydney Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week with a series of meetings with planning, environment, water ministers, and hopefully with the federal water minister, but due to the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, they've all been cancelled to later dates, and I believe sometime in October will be that date now, but country is all on hold for the week. So thank you once again. The meeting's closed.